Did you all know that sometimes for our garden to thrive, we have to try different types of growing techniques? Hello and welcome back to all of you, my CML fam. Today is Saturday, May 30th, 2026. I am out here in the garden and I am about to start cleaning up my stackable planters to do something that I have never done in the history of growing my garden, and that is planting by the moon. And this video is inspired by Farming on the Rocks. Marie from over there in Jamaica, thank you so much for putting out this information recently. And when I pounced up on it, I really had to take advantage of this planting by the moon, growing method. So Marie stated that the 1st of June is not a good day to start planting. So we should spend time in the garden, clean up in the garden. And on the 2nd of June, she did mention some things that we can actually plant out in the garden. So today, I am going to be cleaning up these 2 stackable planters. I'm going to be taking out all of the mock strawberries. I've already started cleaning these ones, so I'm going to finish. I'm going to be pulling out all of the dry herbs in this one and whatever is left in that one, and of course that one and this one over here. I will also no, I'm not going to be taking out the peppers as yet because she did spoke about a specific day for transplanting, so I'm going to be leaving the peppers to transplant them on that particular day. So I'm going to be preparing some spots now to start growing some of the things that Marie suggested that we should plant on the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th of June, I believed, and those are our root crops. So I recently showed you all when I was sowing some beets in here. None of the beets made it. I think this is one seedling, I'm not sure. None of them made it. So what I did, I transplanted some Swiss chard that I had growing in here, and I also sowed some beets over here. None of them made it, so I went ahead and transplanted some Swiss chard as well. Oh, and I sowed some onion seeds, green onion seeds, spring onions, bunching onions rather, and they're coming up as you can clearly see in there. So today is the beginning of something new for me, because my aim for this here is to have a better and thriving, successful garden. And nothing is wrong if you if we tweak some of the things that we have been doing for a very long time, guys. Nothing at all is wrong with that. Nothing at all. This platform is for us to learn from each other. So if there is anything that you are doing for years and years and years and it has not been working out for you, and you see somebody else try it and it works for them, you can go ahead and try it too. Just try your luck. Okay, so I'm gonna be cleaning off this fence as well. She did spoke about specific planting dates for planting the pumpkins and the vining plants like cucumbers and watermelons. I recently transplanted pumpkins over here. Some of them, they are already doing good and some not so good. So those ones are doing okay, and some of them is growing very slow. Maybe it was not the right time for me to transplant them. So Miss Marie, thank you so much for sharing that information, because I'm really and truly going to be taking advantage of it. So I'm going to be cleaning out the stackable planters first. I'm going to be replenishing the soil, amend it, and then come June 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, I will be coming back to sow some of the seeds that I'm going to be sowing with you all. All right, so let me just go ahead and clean these out now. These mock strawberries, oh gosh, they're so aggressive and so invasive, and they are very difficult to come out. I already took out some of them and I am throwing them in here because I want them to dry, so I can use the dry leaves in the bottom of other containers when I'm preparing them to grow something in. So let me just go ahead and start cleaning up now. And I am done cleaning out all of my stackable planters. Tomorrow I will be resuming work to get all of the old bean vines and the Malabar spinach from off of this fence, so I can make room for the pumpkins, the cucumbers, the watermelons, whatever I am going to be growing over that section right there. Guys, it is June 1st and the summer sun has not yet burst. Last night we got some rain to quench the garden's early morning thirst. I am heading out in the garden now and we'll be working in the sun, tending to the vines on the fence until my daily chores is done. So I am going to be harvesting all of these Malabar spinach seeds and vines from the fence today. And tomorrow it's gonna be work, 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 work. Everybody must work, 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 work. Yay! Hold on, people. Before I continue, let me check on this barrel right here. Oh, the amaranth seeds are up. Oh, the amaranth seeds are up. Hey, hey, hey. Look at this one. Oh, I sowed some red peas in here on May 27th and some amaranth. Red peas are up, amaranth is up. And I did the same thing over here. Everything is up. All right, my peeps. Let's get to work. Let's get to work. Work, 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 work. Everybody must work, 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 work. 10 years ago when I was in Jamaica, if anybody had told me that when I come to the United States of America, I was going to be in the garden growing my own food, I would not have believed it. But look at me now. Look at me now. I can hardly stay out of this place. Sunshine or rain, I have to be in the garden trying to put some food in the ground. This is so amazing. Every vegetable, every fruit I eat, as long as there is a seed in it, you better believe I am going to be growing that fruit or that vegetable. Lord Jesus, I thank you for this moment today. So Lord, walk beside me, lead me and guide me. Please make all my vegetables grow. So guys, I paused for a minute because the sky is overcast. It's getting a little bit windy and I have to expedite my seed harvesting process. So here is what I was doing. I was trying to take off the seeds like this, but it's gonna slow me up. So instead, I'm going to be using a scissors to cut off the little vines with the Malabar spinach seeds on them so I can go faster and eventually finish the harvesting before the rain comes. As I look around and see what the Lord has done for me, it makes me want to grow all the way. Hallelujah. So guys, the rain is coming. I cannot afford to get wet. So now I'm on the other side of the fence trying to cut off as much as the seeds as possible and the vines, and then I'm going to be heading inside. I will come back to cut the rest of it later today or maybe tomorrow. All right, so let me just hurry up, cut these off, guys, and hurry up get back on the other side of the fence because I cannot be in this rain at all. So let me throw those over. Throw that over, and then let me get these quickly. I could actually cut these from my side, but you know, since I am already here. Oh, all right. A lot of seeds, y'all. I have a lot of Malabar spinach seeds. Oh, I'm trying to save all of them. I know it's not going to be possible, but as much as I can, I'm gonna be getting them. Okay, this fence has to be cleaned. For several years, my hands has gotten familiar with the weight of a seed, the smell of the rain on dry earth, and the quiet magic of a seed breaking through the dark soil. But somewhere along the way, I probably got disconnected. I traded the soil for convenience. I traded the miracle of growth for plastic wrappers, fluorescent lights, and grocery aisles that stretch on forever yet feel completely empty. But I can feel it. Can you? The subtle tug, the quiet voice inside me that says, you are meant for just consuming. You are meant to create. Growing your own food isn't just a hobby. It can act of quiet defiance. It is a declaration that you are no longer just a passive bystander in your own life. When you plant a seed, you're planting hope. You're looking at tomorrow and saying, I will be there to see you grow. Think about what happens when you commit to this journey. You will start small. A pot of basil on the windowsill, a single tomato plant on the porch, a small raised bed in the yard. And at first, it requires patience. In a world that demands instant gratification, the garden demands something deeper. It is called trust. And then it happens. A tiny flash of green breaks through the dirt. Can you imagine how that feels? It is a jolt of pure, unfiltered wonder. It is the realization that you, with a little water, some dirt, and your own two hands, have just co-authored life with the universe. As the weeks pass and the connection grows, you start watching the weather differently. Rain isn't an inconvenience anymore. It is a gift. The sun isn't just bright, it is fuel. You become untuned to the rhythm of the earth. You start to slow down. The anxiety of the modern world, the endless notifications, the digital noise, it all fades away the moment your fingers touch the soil. You are grounded. You are present. You're exactly where you belong. And that is in a garden. So guys, this side actually have way more seeds than the side I just did. So I'm going to hurry up and clear this side of the fence. This is the last route, and I'm going to be showing you what the fence looks like and how many seeds I've got. So the fence is now all cleaned. And guys, this is way in the evening after the rain fell. I came back outside to finish cleaning the fence, and I got a few more spinach seeds. I have the rest inside that I'm going to be showing to you all. Before I go, I need to show you all something. I was about to pull out the this bean that was running on the fence, but I noticed there is a flower on it, so I left it. I didn't even realize there was another one here, so I'm leaving these two guys to see if they're gonna continue growing. Okay, now let's go inside and take a look at our Malabar spinach seeds, and we are going to be concluding, and we are going to be meeting up right here tomorrow by the grace of God to start our seed sowing by the moon. Okay, y'all, so thanks for coming along with me today. I really and truly enjoyed your company. Guys, I have to be looking and checking to see if everything is okay, you know, before I go inside. Yeah, because I know how much a garden can change overnight. You will leave everything intact and you come back the next day and all is not well. I'm getting this bell pepper right here because it's taking in too much water, so I'm getting it. This is a green one. All right, let's head inside and check on those seeds. All right, so here are the seeds that I got earlier. I'm going to be throwing these in there. So I'm leaving them in this basket right here for them to dry properly. I don't want to put them in anything that have a bottom, so they will not be getting enough air. But in this, you know, the airflow will be better and it's going to be easier for them to dry properly. All right, so that is it. I'll catch up with y'all in the garden tomorrow again. Bye-bye.